Hi guys, it's Phoebe from Who's Phoebe and welcome back to another Doctor Who video. Now today's video is my review on The Power of the Doctor. I've just watched it and I'm literally shaking. It's a good thing. So, Power of the Doctor, it's an interesting one because you kind of start with a big opening scene on a train. This will contain spoilers in it. You've obviously got the Doctor, Yaz and Dan. So it's like jam-packed from beginning to end. Now, I'm not going to try and go into too much detail because I'm still shaking from the regeneration scene, which is never a good thing because all I'm going to do tomorrow when I'm at my course is talk Doctor Who all day, and that's going to drive people insane, but I can't help it. I can't help it. But Dan leaves like towards the beginning of the episode, which I don't understand why. It just seems like a bit weird to like get rid of Dan like first opportunity they get. I mean, I get it, he's a good companion, but still. But yeah, it was really interesting because you had the Master, the Daleks and the Cybermen, plus what I liked about it is you also had Ace and Tegan, like companions of the classic eras, but also when the Doctor had like was hologramming herself because obviously the Master forced regeneration, which obviously then causes her regeneration towards the end. So obviously when the Doctor's hologram showed up for Yaz, it was her Doctor. For Tegan, it was the 5th Doctor, played by the wonderful Peter Davison, and obviously for Ace, it was Sylvester McCoy, obviously her Doctor. So the fact that they used the holograms of the Doctor for Tegan and Ace, like for Tegan her Doctor and then for Ace her Doctor, so I liked that. And I loved how they put Ace in the iconic jacket, because I've watched the Sylvester McCoy era and that jacket is an icon of Ace, and I just really love and appreciate that jacket, and I'm so glad they brought it back. You've also got Kate, the head of unit. I loved that, like the new and improved unit. I also loved Ace parachuting down and Tegan just being badass and sassy, because when she meets the Doctor again, she's not quite sure what to say because she's still being badass and sassy towards her, which I love. She's also like towards the end like, yes, I would like to go in the TARDIS, without the Doctor even asking, and kind of just storms in. You know, sort of that sassiness, which I also love how Tegan explains the fact that she went through 2 husbands, an adopted son she hasn't heard from in 6 weeks. You know, she kind of describes as what she did after she left the Doctor. So she obviously got married twice, she obviously had an adopted son. So, you know, I really liked that when she explained what she was doing. And also it's not just with Tegan as well, like Ace left the Doctor as well, like, but I like the reason why, because obviously after the Sylvester McCoy era, Doctor Who went on a hiatus. So the fact that Ace, we never really knew until now why Ace left, and in the special it said that Ace had a falling out with the Doctor, and that's why she left. She had a falling out, but there are also some sweet moments in The Power of the Doctor as well. There's moments like when Tegan says, "I missed you," and the 5th Doctor's like, "I missed you too," and I think that's really sweet, because it just goes to show the fact that they both missed each other. When Tegan left, like once Tegan left like properly, it shows that the Doctor did really miss her, and that her goodbye was not the end, because the Doctor knew she'd see Tegan again, she just wasn't sure when. And I also liked the fact that the Doctor quoted her, the fact that she looks different to compare how she was a long time ago. You know, it's kind of like that. There was also sweet moments when Graham and Ace met. He was inside a volcano with Daleks and Ace was there as well. And the fact that she could read through his psychic paper. So, you know, I really liked that. And then there was also that bit at the end, just before the 13th Doctor regenerates. There's that bit at the end where you see the past companions of the Doctor having this like support group, I guess, or a discussion in a group, and I think that just really goes to show that all the companions of the Doctor are there, and you know, they care about each other, and they're like talking about their adventures with the Doctor, which I think is just the sweetest, because you've got Tegan and Yace. I think I saw Martha there. You've got like all the Doctor's old companions, you know, apart from Sarah Jane. They're discussing their adventures with the Doctor, which is really, really sweet. And the fact that they had the Cyber Masters there as well, which is like fantastic. Like the fact that you had the Cyber Masters there, like I was not expecting those I was not expecting the regenerative Cybermen to come out. I also like the Master as well. He was really good in this episode. And also, what I really liked about it as well was the fact that the Centenary did a good job at calling out past Doctors, you know, calling out past Doctors. And I think that's just really, really lovely, because the Doctor's one person, but the fact that you had Peter Davison, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Tom Baker there, you know, and even the first Doctor as well. Like, I know William Hartnell wasn't around, but you've got like Bradley Walsh, no, not Bradley Walsh, I can't remember, but you've got like people playing past incarnations of the Doctor, and that is probably the best thing. And I really liked that, because, you know, it was time for Doctor Who to come to something like this. And now let's talk about the ending. The fact that the Doctor has finished saving the world from the Master, sorted out the volcanoes, the fact that the Master said if he can't be the Doctor then she can't be either, and the fact that he zaps her, and at first you think when she wakes up in the TARDIS it's all fine, but then when Yaz spots her hand glowing, you know that is regeneration energy, and it is time for the Doctor to regenerate into a new person. And I just think that is really iconic as well. And the fact that her and Yaz stop off for an ice cream before the Doctor undergoes regeneration by herself, like, it's almost like, I can't really explain it, it's like such a nice moment between the Doctor and Yaz, like their last moment together, and the Doctor drops Yaz deliberately off with Dan and Graham, you know, like she deliberately drops them off like that. And then after that, the Doctor goes one last sunrise, which, to be honest, I wasn't expecting those to be her last words, like one last sunrise. But the thing is, the 13th Doctor, what makes her regeneration so iconic is the fact she didn't regenerate in the TARDIS. Like, it wasn't the TARDIS that helped regenerate. She stepped out of the TARDIS to regenerate in front of a sunset. And I am shocked about the regeneration, about who she regenerated into. I was adamant it was going to be Scooty Gutwa. You know, the 14th Doctor would make sense, regenerate from 13th to 14th. But no, we got a surprise. She regenerated into David Tennant, and they've done the regeneration slightly differently this time. Instead of just having her face and body regenerate and leaving her old clothes onto the new Doctor, her whole everything regenerated. Like, what the hell? But the fact that she regenerated into David Tennant, one of Doctor Who's most iconic Doctors, is weird. Like, it's odd, but now, does David Tennant play the 10th and 14th Doctors then? Because it's odd, because does Scooty Gutwa now play the 15th Doctor? Like, how are we meant to, I don't know, it's complicated. And yeah, now time for my rating. I'd give this episode a solid 10 out of 10, because to be honest, if it hadn't been for Jodie regenerated into David, I don't know what score this would have done. But The fact that she regenerated outside the TARDIS kind of pulls in its favour. So 10 out of 10 for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you click that big subscribe button down below, and also click the notification bell so you get notifications every single time I upload. Like I said, my filming schedule's kind of shifted because I'm doing a course. Next week they're on a residential trip, which I have decided to miss out on, so I should be able to catch up with videos at that point anyway. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also click the big subscribe button down below if you've never seen my face on your screens before. And for one last time, in the words of the 13th Doctor, this was brilliant.